I am so curious about this song based on that song title. I don't know if I'm getting into a kid's song. I think I am because I've done a few kids songs on the channels. Some of them have been by your requests, and this is no exception. Piggly Glynn requested Dick Feller's Biff the Friendly Purple Bear. I honestly have no clue. And I think this is the first time I've done something by Dick Feller, too. Biff the Friendly Purple Bear is all about.
Now I was a play horse you pull with a string, on wheels where my legs should be. And he was the boy who pulled the toy around the treehouse tree. For the longest time there was just us two, the boy and the horse that was me, until the day the purple bear came to live in the treehouse tree. Well, it was early one spring, I was tied by my string in a field of the make-believe farm, when around the house the boy and the bear came marching arm in arm. "This is Biff," said the boy to me, "he's the friendly purple bear." And Biff stooped down and stroked my mane with a paw of purple hair. "Biff has come to stay," said the boy, "and pretend with me and you. And he can do anything that a boy and a toy believe purple bears can do."
Right.
And taking the cue, Biff bowed from the waist, then leaped and clicked his heels, then down to the ground in 3 somersaults that ended in 4 cartwheels. He whirled and twirled and stood on his head. The boy giggled and slapped his side, and I laughed so hard that wooden tears rolled out of my painted eyes.
Wooden tears.
So Biff came to stay in the treehouse tree, and long days came without end for the boy and the toy and the purple bear, and serious games of pretend. Like the cowboy.
I cannot figure out why this is being told in a sullen way. I don't know if he's going to amplify. It's being told, though, like it's almost like there's a bit of foreboding, like something goes wrong.
Boy game with the boy as sheriff and Biff as the bandit king. That always ended with all the outlaws in the jail by the long rope swing. And the great pony race that lasted for days around the flower bed. Ah, that was a tough one. But lucky for us, I won by a wooden head. And the day we entered the Pirate's Cove, 'neath the bush on the alley side, Biff with the sword and a paper hat and a patch across a purple eye. Well, there was always a danger of outlaws or Indians or creatures from outer space. And without the courage of the 3 of us, we might have lost the whole place. But we were bound by the code of the musketeers, and such golden hours were shared by the freckle-faced boy and the wooden horse toy and Biff the purple bear. But as summers passed, the boy grew taller and his voice took a strange new ring, and his visits were few to the treehouse tree and never to the long rope swing. Biff the purple bear grew sad as he climbed down the treehouse tree. He shook his head. "I'm afraid," he said, "he's forgotten you and me. It seems, old wooden friend of mine, we've outlasted his boyhood years." Then he turned and was gone across the lawn in a trail of purple tears. Now I've been put to pasture in the old treehouse, but at times I've seen from afar a strange tall boy who mows the lawn and tinkers about his old car. But just today I looked past the house, and down the sidewalk, I swear, came a new little boy with a wooden horse toy, followed by a purple bear.
Oh, nice. Piggly Glynn, that was a good one. I love the storytelling. And yeah, this is like sort of like grown up storytelling. He had a kid. He grew up, he had a kid, and then he gave him his toys, and the cycle repeats itself. But it's being told from the wooden horse's perspective. He had wooden tears, And then Biff had purple tears as he ran across the lawn, but they were obviously in imagination land and being told from an inanimate object's perspective. But that's the creative brain. That's the imagination of kids, and adults have less imagination, but we still have imagination. That doesn't go away. We're all trying to connect the dots in different ways, and sometimes we let ourselves just imagine things that you wouldn't normally connect dots. And that's how big inventions are made, things that don't exist. Like the telephone didn't exist at some point, and somebody's like, what if that's outside the box thinking. And that's what kids have. They're unbridled, unfettered. They're not bound by pattern recognition. They create things of their own, and so they can impart life to a wooden horse and a friendly bear. Am I even going to rate this one, Piggly Glenn? I don't know. All right, I'll rate it. I mean, I can't punk out on this one because it's not an homage to something. There was a lot of thought put into that song. Instrumentation wasn't much. It wasn't meant to be. This is a kid's storytelling song that adults will understand. I think kids probably would too, but this shocked me when the number popped into my head of a 9.0, and it's the storytelling, period. That's all this thing was a story. But I mean, in the end, it all came around. You're like, oh, it made it worth it. That's the big point of that. It made it worth waiting on to the end of the song to find out where we're going with this. And there it is. The new kid brought him back in, and they came back to life. The wooden horse with the mane, and the Biff, the friendly purple bear, or the purple bear. All right, guys. There you go. You can thank Piggly Glim for that. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.